Alright, for this video, we're just going to go over basic terms and definitions. On this one, I'm just going to go over the first 5 definitions. I already have them printed out there for you, so you guys can take this down. And actually, I guess one mistake, I probably should have had a monomial listed first and polynomial listed second, but that's alright. I'm going to start with monomial, even though it's number 2. Okay, we have basically it's a number, a variable, or a product of a number and variable. Another word for monomial is we say that it's just a term in a sequence or a term in an expression. And I have many other types of examples. I could say it's a number. Well, 5, that's a monomial. Mono means 1. I could have x, right? That's a variable. Or it has product of a number and variable. I could have 5x. These are 3 monomials. Now, the one thing you can't have, you cannot, something that doesn't make a monomial, or we could say a polynomial, there can be no quotient by a variable. Okay, that just means you can't have the variable in the denominator of a fraction. So if you had an example, let's say you had this 5 over x. This is not a monomial or polynomial. Okay, pretty much everything else is. So mono means 1, it's just one term. You're not adding or subtracting anything because it's just one term. Now if I move here to polynomial, now poly means many or more than one. Now we say it's more than one, but it's also one. It's one or more monomials being added or subtracted. Many examples. I could have, let's see here, 5 plus x. Right, that's 2 terms. I could have 6 plus x squared minus 4x. Okay, that's 3 terms. So polynomial means you could just have one term, or you could have as many as you want that are all being added or subtracted together. Okay, then if I skip down to 3 and 4, binomial and trinomials, these are the certain classifications of polynomials. Well, bi, kind of like you ride a bicycle that has 2 wheels, bi means 2. This is just a polynomial with 2 different or unlike terms. So it means you can't combine them. So if I had, actually this example, 5 plus x, that's a binomial. 5 and x are not like terms. I could have 6x minus 4x squared. This x and this x squared, because they have different exponents, they're not like terms. So if you can't combine it, and it's 2 terms, it's a binomial. Well, trinomial is real easy. Tri means 3, so it's a polynomial with 3 different or unlike terms, and we can come up with infinitely many examples. I could say 5 plus x squared. Those are all unlike terms, and there's 3 of them. I can have 4x minus 6x squared plus 24. Okay, those are all 3 unlike terms, so they're a trinomial. So if you ever hear me saying binomial or trinomial, you know what I mean. It's just how many terms are in the polynomial. Okay, the last thing is degree of a polynomial. This is just the highest exponent for any term of a polynomial. You always look at the highest. So if I actually looked at this one, the highest exponent is this, the 2. So for that, I'm going to put D for degree. Degree for that would be 2. Same thing for this second one. The highest exponent is this 2, so I would say the degree for this is 2. Okay. If you just had x, you would say the degree for that is 1. If you just have a constant 24, the degree for that we say is 0. And we'll go over more of that in class. Alright, now if I just look at the examples below it, these are real quick. So let's squeeze these all on here. This is real simple. We just classify the certain types of polynomials. Now, number 1, there's only one term, so I'm just going to say that's a monomial. So I'll just put mono. Number 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms, but look, we actually can combine these. These are not unlike terms. You could combine negative 2y plus 4y is 2y, and now these are like terms. So now there's 3 unlike terms, so this is a trinomial. Now number 3, what kind of stands away, this x to the negative 4, that's the same as saying 10 over x to the 4th. That's the one example where it's not a polynomial. Remember, we can't divide by a variable, so we say no, it's not a polynomial. Okay, and then for 4, well, if you look, we have 3 terms, and they all have different exponents. This is 4, this is like x to the first, this is 2. So they're unlike terms, so like number 2, this is a trinomial. Okay, so real basics, going over these definitions. Mono means 1, bi means 2, tri means 3, and these are all the different types of polynomials.